I'm 42 and I got divorced 8 years ago, and it was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me. Here's 21 lessons I wish I had known earlier. Number one, no one is coming to save you. I looked for people to solve my problems my entire life. When I was going through separation, this became even more apparent that I was not taking the right actions to get the results that I wanted. I moped around. I wondered what she was doing. I wondered where it all went wrong. I was never taking any actions to get the life that I wanted. Tony Robbins says that 60% of the people are glad that it's your problem. The other 40% don't care. So once I realized that it's personal responsibility, I can't rely on someone coming to save me. I need to start taking the actions I want. That's when my mindset switched and I started to look for solutions on how can I get over this pain, this hurt? How can I start getting into the relationships I want? How can I start becoming the man that I want to be? And it all starts with the mindset that no one is coming to save me. It is my personal responsibility. If I want something done, I have to take the actions. This also comes down to you are not responsible for the things that happen to you, but you are responsible for how you react to them. It is my choice to sit around and mope after the divorce, or it is my choice to start taking actions that will make me a better person, make me appreciate what is happening in the situation. So, mindset number one, no one is coming to save you. Take personal responsibility. Number two, if you're not growing, you're dying. This is also from Tony Robbins. It's one of the 6 basic human needs. Once I heard this, it really woke me up to the fact that I had not been trying most of my life. I would show up to work, not really give it my all, come home, play video games, not really spend a ton of time with my wife. I was more interested in what I wanted to do. Then we would watch movies together or do something that never really pushed me to grow as a man. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually dying because I'm getting heavier, I'm getting older, I'm losing attraction in her eyes. I'm not ever pushing myself to be a better man. So I'm getting more depressed. I know I'm not living with purpose and it just eats away at you. So knowing that if you're not growing, you're dying woke me up because I started to realize that, okay, I can start to improve my life. I can start to get the things that I want. I just need to stop playing the video games all day and just take these small steps. Just grow into the man that I want to become. Otherwise, I'm just slowly dying. Number 3, you don't know everything. Start reading books. It is amazing how much you don't know that you don't know. Books is a way to open up your mind. This is what really changed me while I was going through separation. Because of books, I started to learn better habits. I started to learn that I could become a better version of myself. I learned how to have better sex. I learned how to be a better communicator. I learned how to start more business mindsets. I learned how to travel. I learned just so much you don't know that you don't know. And through these books, you just pick up these little lessons. You develop it over time. It's something that you can do while you're at the gym, while you're driving around. And all of this starts to compound. You just become a different version of yourself that you don't even realize. You start having conversations about the 4 agreements on a date because it just stuck in your head and it made you resonate with that. Or you learn about the compound effect and that you just get 1% better every day and you're 37 times better than you were to start the year. Just having these books in your repertoire while you're listening, while you're just driving around, while you're cutting the grass, you can learn so much. It's going to develop you. You don't even realize that it just stacks up over time. So, number 3, read books. Number 4, having strong boundaries sets you free. This one can be very tough if you're the typical nice guy. The typical nice guy is used to doing things that he does not want to do because he wants to get other people validation. He wants other people to like him. And when he's doing that, he's at the mercy of other people. He's not living for himself. His time's being invested. His mental capacity is wondering, am I doing enough to get these people to like me? He can't stand up for what he knows is best for him. So having strong boundaries is going to get you to do the things that are best for you, and you're not going to be at the mercy of other people. Number 5, it is not worth staying with the wrong person. Over the last 8 years, I've had a lot of freedom. I've done things that I've always wanted to do, which was not possible when I was in a relationship with the wrong person. We didn't have the same goals. We didn't have the same mindsets. We did not help each other grow or push each other. Most of the time, we were not happy together. And we just stayed together because we were supposed to. We assumed that because we said we would be together forever, We would just stick it out. We would work it out no matter what happened. And for most of that time, we were not happy. So it's not worth your freedom, your mindset, your possible future being with somebody that is not a good fit for you. Audit your relationship, audit good things, bad things. Is there some things that you wish could be changed? If these are deal breakers, maybe it's not worth staying with that person. Don't give up your freedom, your possible future for someone that might not be the right fit for you. Number 6, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. This comes from Zig Ziglar, and before I internalized this, I would never try new things. I assumed that you had to be great. Everybody who just is talented is talented. They were just great when they started. But that's not the case. You don't have to be great to start, but if you want to be great, you do have to start. And this incorporated with the 1% rule, where you just get 1% better every day. By the end of that year, you'll be 37 times great. So now you're on your path to greatness. So you don't have to be great to start, but if you want to be great, you do have to start. So start taking action. Number 7 is charisma is something that you develop. It's not something that you're born with. I grew up very shy and quiet. I assumed I didn't have anything to say. I assumed that the people who were outgoing, that were communicative, it was just something that they were born with. But as I come to realize that this is a skill set, you can work on your communication skills. You can practice talking to people. You can go out and meet people just randomly in public. You don't have to stay quiet. You don't have to tell yourself that they have something that you don't. Charisma is a skill set. It is something that you can develop, and it can get you out of your shell. Number 8, hard work beats talent. People are great at things because they worked at it. I had this mindset growing up that people who were great at guitar were just talented. People who are great at sports were just talented. I never associated with the fact that, yes, they are talented, but they also worked their asses off. They got to where they are because they put hundreds of hours, thousands of hours into practicing guitar, into practicing their sport, their craft, their artistry. Whatever their skill set is, they practiced, they put in the hours. They didn't waste their time playing World of Warcraft, just wishing they could be a better version of themselves. The amount of time I wasted on video games, I could have been in a band. I could have learned how to play guitar. I could have developed my charisma even more and had a better time while I was in high school. Like I could have developed my skill sets and not just focused on they're born with something, they're just talented, they have something that I never will. Talent is great, it is helpful, but hard work, putting in the hours is always going to make the difference. Number 9, fear of rejection is never going to go away. We all fear rejection. It's something that's evolutionary programmed into us. Back when we were evolving, if we did something that would get us kicked out of the group, we feared it because you cannot survive on your own. So fearing rejection from women, fearing rejection from business, from applying for jobs, whatever it is, it's not going to go away. You have to fight through it. It's not going to get any easier. It's natural. It affects everybody, but take the action anyways. You have to do it to get what you want. Number 10, confidence is not something given. It's developed over time. You're not just born confident. You're not just into a situation where you just think you can handle everything. It's developed over time through positive reference experiences. Showing yourself that you can handle situations, that you can improve, that you can develop. I grew up thinking that, again, like charisma, this was just something that you're born with. You're either confident or you're not. But somebody who's confident in one situation, say they're confident with golf, may not be confident in another situation, say talking to people on the street. Confidence is developed just through repetitive actions, through teaching yourself that you are capable in that certain situation. So don't look at confidence as just something that some people have and that others don't. This was something that really limited me. I assumed that I was just a low confident person. But the reason I was low confident was because I was not doing things to build my confidence. I was doing the opposite. I was eating unhealthy. I was wasting time. I was not developing in certain areas. So when I'm saying I am low confident in social situations, that is because I have not worked on improving my social skills or building myself up to feel confident in those situations. So it's not something that's just given to you. It's not just something people are born with. It is something that you can and need to develop. Number 11, sexual market value is in your control. Yes, you are born with the looks that you have. You are born the height that you are, the age that you are right now, the race that you are. These things are not in your control, but you can still improve your attractiveness. You can get better haircuts. You can dress better. You can learn new languages. You can improve your charisma. You can lose weight. You can start going to the gym. You can express your boundaries. You don't have to be the nice guy. These are all things that are going to make you more attractive. And it is something that, if you wanted to, you can start doing. When I got through my divorce, I started using moisturizer so that I could stay looking young. I was 34 at the time. I started going to the gym so I could lose weight, stopped wasting time on video games, and improved my knowledge. I started practicing my social skills, little things that continue to just increase my value over time. So it is in your control. You don't have to feel like you're stuck. Start improving your SMV. Number 12, looks are not enough. You still need to be able to lead, to take feedback, and to express emotions. I could be the best looking guy in the world, but if I'm having outbursts every time that somebody makes me upset, or if I'm shutting down because I don't know how to communicate, or I can't take feedback and I just go off the rails, these are not attractive qualities and people are not going to want to be around. I always thought good looking people just had things better off. I assume that a guy that was going to the gym and is jacked, he could get any girl he wanted. He could keep the relationships he wants. But if you go to the gym, you will see that these guys are in great shape. They work out a lot. That is their main focus. They are looking to improve their body. But if you don't have social skills, if you can't give somebody value, if you can't give them positive emotions, if you can't spark attraction, then you're still going to be where you're at. Girls are not just going to approach these guys. Girls still want a man that can lead, that can express his emotions. Just working out at the gym does not do it enough. So looks are valuable, not going to argue that, but they're not the end all be all. You do still need to learn to lead, to express yourself, to be able to take some feedback so you can grow as a man. This is going to get you the relationships that you want. Number 13, women want a nice guy. They don't want the nice guy. Women do want a man that will do nice things for them, that will hold open a car door, pull out their seat for them, bring them flowers, a guy that is truly just nice and genuine. But they don't want the nice guy who's going to do things to get a reward, a guy who has covert contracts thinking, if I bring her flowers, I will get rewarded with this. If I go take her to dinner, then I'm entitled to this response. So women do still want you to be nice, but they don't want you to be nice to get something out of it, which is typically how the nice guy acts. Number 14, women are not fragile. They love sex as much as you do. Women have fantasies. That is why 50 Shades of Grey is one of the best-selling books of all time. Women think about sex just as much as you do. They want it just as bad, but they do not want to be judged or shamed for what would turn them on. Be open-minded, ask them what is going to turn them on, and live out their fantasies. You would be very surprised on how many girls imagine being tied up, losing control, having a man that is dominant and knows what he is doing. Read books, become the man that fulfills their deepest desires. Don't be judgmental. Figure out what you can do to give them pleasure rather than what's going to turn you on the most. Number 15, audit your social circle. Jim Rohn said you become the 5 people you hang around with the most. If you're looking to improve your life or improve your circumstances and you're hanging out with people that do not have that dream, they are going to pull you down. They call it like crabs in a barrel. A crab will try to get out and the other ones will pull him down. And they're not doing this out of guilt or jealousy. They just want what's best for you. They don't want to see you fail. But if you hang around these people, you're not going to be able to grow, to experience new ways of life. They're going to keep you in this little bubble. I found once I moved out of small town Wisconsin, once I built a new social circle, hung around people with like-minded goals, I really started to skyrocket. I started to learn new ideas, discuss ways of improving with these people. So be very mindful of who you're spending your time with. Are these people in line with the goals that you have? Do they have the things that you want? If they don't, be very cautious of how much time you spend with them. Start looking for people that do have the same desires, the same goals, the outcomes that you want. Number 16, authenticity is your greatest gift. Don't hide your voice. Everybody has their own unique life experiences, their unique stories, and you are the only you in this universe. No one can do a better job of being you than you. Don't be afraid of expressing yourself, letting your voice out. People appreciate authenticity. I never really realized this, especially growing up. I was very shy, very timid, did not want to express myself. This continued for many, many years through my marriage. And it's when I started to open up, express my personality, be able to go out and socialize with people. But even more recently, putting out videos on YouTube where I'm telling my story. I never realized how many people we actually responded and could relate to the circumstances that I was going through. So you'll find that people do relate with you. They have a very high interest in what you have to say. So you don't need to filter yourself. You don't need to be less than who you are. Show who you are. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's okay. Number 17, there is no failure. There are only lessons. This is very tough to internalize if you're a perfectionist, thinking that everything has to be perfect at all times, or you're failing, or you can't risk failure because what if people see that and you're judged for it? But failure is just the first step to improvement. The faster you fail, the faster you're going to learn, the faster you're going to grow. Everybody does fail. You're not going to be perfect at anything immediately. Anybody who's good at anything failed multiple times, just continuing to improve as they go along. This reminds me of a story yesterday. My nephew was at a basketball camp and he was getting very frustrated that he could not do the skills challenge immediately. And this is exactly how I behaved. I still do have the perfectionist tendencies now of these videos have to be perfect. I have to be good at everything before I post it. And that's not realistic. You have to go through and practice before you get to where you want to be. So he needs to practice these skills and he will continue to improve. I need to practice these videos. I need to practice the editing and practice my speech. And then I will continue to improve. Failure is just part of it. It's not anything that makes you less than or unworthy. It's not worth having shame or guilt for. Everybody fails. It is part of the process. Don't let it stop you. Number 18, comparison and jealousy are traps. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to others. When you compare yourself to others, you rob yourself of joy. You're comparing yourself to circumstances you don't know. You don't know how they made the money that they made or how they got the skill sets that they have. You don't know the work that went into it. All you can do is focus on what you're doing. How can I improve today from where I was yesterday? Use the 1% rule. Did I improve 1% today from where I was yesterday? Yes, this is difficult. Day and age of social media, I still find this as well, comparing myself to people I see on YouTube or out in public. It's very easy to get caught in this trap. But when you can focus on what you did to improve yourself from yesterday, you will continue to see growth. You'll feel better about yourself, and you'll start to see that you are becoming the person that you want to become. Again, you don't know what these people have done to get to the level that they're at. And if they are somewhere that you want to be, get advice from them, learn from them, be part of their social circle. Number 19, good thoughts can only lead to good results, and bad thoughts will only lead to bad results. This comes from the book As Man Thinketh, and this really applies to everything in life. If you are not looking for the positive in situations, if you have negative thoughts that always occur, these negative thoughts are always going to lead to negative results. There's just no other way around. Changing your mindset is an active choice. You control the thoughts that are in your head. Yes, it is difficult, but it is something that you can learn. What I started doing originally was I have a rubber band, and anytime I think a negative thought, I just snap it and then I rewire my thoughts to the positive. So if I said something weird in an interaction, maybe, oh, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Snap the rubber band. Oh, I guess I could have said this. This would have been better instead of just dwelling on the negative. But negative thoughts are always going to lead to negative results. It's going to hinder you. It's not going to get you to grow. It's not going to get you to be the best version of yourself. Whereas good thoughts will always lead to good results. Number 20, travel will change your life. I think the biggest thing that I ever did to prove me as a man was that I started to travel. I got divorced in small town Wisconsin, and I knew that that was not the place I was going to be able to really practice my social skills, meet the kind of girls I wanted, give me the life or the adventures that I wanted. So I had to move cities. And by doing that, not only did I audit my social circle, but I started to build new friendships, learn new things, really internalize that I can take care of myself. I can handle what's going to happen. It really built my confidence. Then, as I'm traveling to other countries, I'm experiencing new cultures. I'm experiencing things that kind of happen out of the ordinary, things that you don't plan for. And then when you have to take care of it, say going to jail in Mexico, you have to figure out a solution. And when you do that, you realize I am capable of handling any situation. This happened in Guatemala when I got dropped off. I didn't speak Spanish, and I had to walk through a town for miles that I was not familiar with. But after doing that, you realize I can handle this, I can handle other things. And as well, it helps while you're on dates when you're talking with people. You just naturally come up with, oh, that reminds me of here. So it just helps you become a more well rounded, more interesting, more exciting person, opens your mind, gets you to see what is possible. And it's definitely one of the best things that you can do to improve your circumstances now, build you up as a better person, and get you a better plan for the future of what you actually want to do and where you want to go. Number 21, a little bit of kindness can change somebody's entire day. This is something that I wish I would have focused on while I was growing up. I was very much worried about myself. Do people like me? What do I need to do to become popular? Am I saying the right things? I was never focused on just making people happy. What can I do to change somebody's day? And when I learned that just doing small little tasks can have a huge improvement on somebody's day, buying them a random lunch, offering to buy somebody's coffee, just giving a smile and saying hi to people. People are incredibly lonely. There are just small little things that you can do that will improve their day that you take for granted. It does not cost me a lot to buy somebody's lunch, but it changes their whole day. They see somebody appreciates them. They see that not everything is bad. It gives them just a good feeling for the rest of the day that they can take and pass to other people. So spreading kindness is not difficult to do. It makes you a lot of friends. I just bought coffee for the staff downstairs, and now every time they see me, they wave to me and they love talking to me. I don't speak the Spanish, but you always just see their face light up. And it doesn't really cost me anything. It cost me 2 cups of coffee at the shop, but the return is just so much better. I made their day. Now we are friends. Now they will love to help me out in return. So spread kindness. Don't focus just on yourself. Those are 21 lessons that I've learned over the last 8 years that have really improved my life. These are things that I wish I had done absolutely growing up, but specifically as soon as I was going through the divorce. If I had focused on these, I would not have stayed stuck for as long as I did. I would not have been as miserable. Had I focused on these while I was married, perhaps I would have gotten out sooner. I did realize that we were not a good fit, but because I was unsure of what to do, I didn't have boundaries, I was the nice guy, I was just trying to stay with that person because I did commit to them. It kept me stuck for a lot longer. And once I've started implementing these 21 things, my life has been just so much better. I take responsibility for myself. I don't think people are just born charismatic or more confident than me or more wealthy than me. They've taken steps to build their confidence, their charisma. It is a skill set. There are things that I can do that, if I did, would improve my life. So that's why personal responsibility is the most important thing. And these all follow down after it. But there are things that you can be doing to improve your life. If you're going through a divorce, if you're going through a breakup, if you're just not happy with your situation, all of these things, if you just did one of them today, would improve your life in some way. You stack that win with the 1% rule. You just continue to get better. You don't need to be great to start, but if you want to be great, you do have to start. So I hope this was helpful. These are things that really changed my life around. It's things that I practice to this day. I still want to learn. I still want to develop my skills. I still want to be kind. I still want to give value. I want to be able to change people's lives. So hopefully that helps you. If you guys do need any guidance on things that can improve your life, things that maybe you're stuck with now, or you just are struggling to see what is possible, book a clarity call, or you can message me on Instagram. Just shoot me a DM and let's connect. Yeah. So that's where I am after these 8 years. It's been a interesting journey. I've never been happier. Like I said, divorce truly did save my life. Without it, I would still be depressed. I'd still be overweight. I'd still be in a relationship that I didn't want to really be in. Just stuck. I would never have implemented these 21 things. So definitely did save my life. So join that and we can kind of figure out what we can do to help you as well. That is it for me. We will see you next time.